This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, good morning everyone. Can you guys hear me? Can you please confirm me in the chat box? Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Go on mute again. So don't unmute. Please try to ask your questions in the chat box so that the class okay doesn't get disturbed. Alright guys, so yesterday I have shared the notes how to write the program from the notepad, how to write the program from IDLE. Okay, hope you guys are installed Python already. So still if you have any issues let me know. Yeah, Mahesh, so you can go with the installer, executable installer, download that. It's just like exe. You can install that, you can use that one, right? So okay, I think we had a discussion about writing the program in the command prompt, but anyhow let me repeat it. Okay, so this is a plain notepad guys. See here, I'm using just plain notepad. So the program here, what I'm going to write is how to write a program in notepad, how to write a Python program in notepad and execute. Okay, so we'll start with that. So we have different options, we can choose different options to execute. Let us start with notepad. Okay, so so this program I'm going to save it. Okay, whatever I'm going to write here. Okay, so let me save the file as, okay, let me save the file as, let me go to Python, and here let me have some folder called scripts. Okay, in this location I'm saving my file. So what is my file name? My file name is just test.py. So make a note of it guys. The extension what I'm giving here is .py. Okay, test.py. So I'm enclosing this inside a double quotation so that I'm just ensuring that my file is .py, and again it is not going to add .txt at end, meaning that test.py.txt sometimes it comes like that. So to avoid that, I'm just embedded this file name inside double quotation test.py. So I'm saving my file here guys. Now so I have written one line here, right? How to write a Python program in notepad and execute. This is just for our understandability. Okay, this line I have written just for our understandability. Okay, our understandability, but not for Python. Okay, so Python interpreter doesn't know anything about these words, how to write all these things. It doesn't know. If I give print or something, Python interpreter understands that okay, print function is from a Python library, and okay, the so it has to print something, whatever I'm giving here. It will understand that. Okay, it will understand that. So here, when I say print, okay, I'm just printing hello here, nothing else. So now it will understand. Okay, but what about this guys, this line? So it is just written for our understanding. It is written for our understanding. Okay, so what I am doing here is I am going to inform to Python interpreter, hey, don't worry about this line. This line I have written for my understandability, or my other developer in my team, so he wants to understand what I'm writing here. For that purpose, I'm just adding this line. You please ignore this line. So how to inform to the Python interpreter saying that ignore this particular line? So that is what hash. So we use hash. Okay, we use hash to tell to the interpreter don't execute this. So consider this as a comment. So we call this as a comment. We call this as a comment, and this comments simply ignored by Python interpreter during the program execution. Hope that the point is clear. So point is not visible. Okay. Anyhow, just only this program I do it here. I'll change this again. Okay. Yeah. Hope you can see this properly. So how to write a Python program in Notepad and execute. I have saved this file, right? Now how to run this? Just printing hello, nothing else, right? So go to command prompt, go to command prompt, go to command prompt, and you have to navigate till the path where you know um, where your file is saved. Okay, where your file is saved, you just need to go there. Okay, just need to go there where the file is saved, guys. I have saved the file in C drive, and I have a folder called Python folder. Inside that I created another folder, scripts. Okay, so I just cleared the screen. So here I have saved the file. What is the file name? Test.py. So this I can execute it. Okay, so how to run this? The next question is, okay, so steps, if you follow, what are the steps, guys? I am adding one more comment. Okay, so save the file in a location wherever you want. Okay, save the file in file system, anywhere in file system. Okay, anywhere in file system, wherever you want, you can save it anywhere in file system. Then what is the next step? So to execute. Okay, so go to the path, go to the file location, go to the file location and execute using a command. Okay, using a command py or Python. So from Python 3, so you can use either py command or Python. Okay, and followed by file name, that is okay, py space test.py. That's it. Or Python space test.py. Understand this? It is perfectly clear. Okay, so there is nothing to confuse, guys. I have only one line of code in this file. What is that line? Print hello. Anybody can understand this. Even a school student also can understand. What is this? I am saying that print hello. Okay, where it is going to print? It is going to print to the console, right? So go here and use the command py.test.py. So it has to print what? Hello. So can you guys see the output here? It is printed what? Hello. Okay, so what about the other lines? The other lines are ignored by Python interpreter. By any chance, if I remove this hash, then it gives errors, guys. Okay, syntax error, invalid syntax boss. Okay, so that is what. Now from this program we understand 2 points. Okay, the point number one, how to comment a line in Python. Okay, how to comment a line in Python. So I have four lines of sentences here, four sentences which I wanted to comment. Okay, so what I did, I have commented it every line. So line by line I have commented, right? Line by line I have commented. So instead of that I can comment all together because I have multiple lines of code here. So then I can comment all of them in a single shot instead of commenting it line by line. Instead of commenting it line by line, how can I do that? So I have a syntax for that. So what is this, guys? So triple quotation marks, right? So that is the starting place, and here I have ending place. So meaning that from here to here, in between these two, so everything whatever I'm writing is just a for readability purpose. Okay, programmer readability purpose. So you please ignore Python interpreter, please ignore this whatever. Don't try to validate the syntaxes or semantics of these lines against, okay, Python programming syntaxes and semantics. Please ignore this for this is for programmers understandability, absolutely nothing else. Okay, so this is nothing but multi-line comment. This is nothing but multi-line comment. It's executed happily, meaning that so the whole stuff is considered as a comment. Okay, well, so guys, we understand 2 points here. Okay, so we have understand about the comment section, and we understand how to execute a simple Python program from command prompt, right? All right. So um, again, when it comes to comments, we have two comments. Okay, two styles. One is single line comment, and the other one is multi-line comment. Okay, how to comment a single line using a symbol called hash. How to comment multiple lines? We can comment multiple lines using triple quotation marks. Triple quotation marks. All right, guys. So hope you understand. You're comfortable with this. Okay. You can start writing like whatever the statements you want. You wanted to add two numbers, three numbers, whatever, you can start doing it. Okay. So this is one approach. Okay, to begin with. But anyhow, nobody will follow this. I know that. But just as you have to know the basics. Okay. I'm showing this option. Then we have IDLE. So there is something called IDLE. Okay, so that comes along with the Python. When you install Python, C Python. Okay, so I have shown the website, right? You go to python.org and download it. And the version what you downloaded from python.org is a C Python. The flavor is a C that is implemented using C language. Right. That C Python, when you install, you get this IDLE by default. You do not have to install this explicitly, that comes along with that. So why do I have multiple options here? Because I have multiple versions of Python installed in my machine, nothing else. Okay, so let me open any one of them. Okay, so let me go through the chat box in a while. So okay, can you please show the commands for changing the directory? Okay, that's OS commands, operating system commands, guys, not specific to Python. Okay, it's just a Windows command things. So if you wanted to change the directory, we have a command change directory, and you give directory name. So it changes to that particular directory. And if you want to go to the root of that particular drive, then use this. Go to root of the directory drive. So you can say drive, C drive or D drive. You say CD drive. So this is just to change the directory. Okay, this is basic OS commands. Okay, right. And any other questions? Okay, fine, that's it. Okay, Hope you understand this stuff. Now the next thing what I'm trying to do is ideally. So ideally is okay. So you can choose this for your basic practice. So this is called interactive shell, where you see this triple arrow marks. Okay, so here this is a straight away like interactive shell, meaning that you can practice Python line by line. So I wanted to print hello. Directly you say just print hello. That's it. So no file, nothing. Okay, just print hello. Okay, it gives output immediately. And I wanted to define some values, a value as 100 or 10. So what is the value of a? Just say a equal to 10. Okay, one moment guys. Right. So from the interactive mode, this is what you can practice. Okay. So line by line. So it goes line by line execution. Okay. So this is comfortable. This is most comfortable when you wanted to practice the syntaxes, the basic things. Okay. But when you wanted to write a script of 10 lines or 100 lines, then this doesn't help. Okay. So then you have to go to the editors or IDEs. Okay. So here a value 10 or b value 20 I'm giving. Now I want to do sum this a plus b. Yes, of course you can do that. Or I wanted to define a group of characters, guys. Okay. So hello, I wanted to say hello. So now I wanted to print this value. Okay, yes. So if I did anything wrong, so here I did wrong, right? So it immediately says tells that okay, invalid syntax. Now here I'm saying that hello. So sorry, print of s. Okay, print of s is what hello, because I just taken an expression of like keeping this into variable s. So this is interactive mode from ideally. Okay, and of course if I wanted to write a script of 10 lines or 100 lines or the same thing whatever I have written here in notepad. So let me copy this. Okay, I'm copying it, and I wanted to write that as a file. So go to file, new file. Okay, file, new file, and get that and save this file, or you directly run this. So we have option here, run option. Okay, file, edit, format, run options window, help. We have menu bar here, and out of it you can see run option. Click on that, you can see run module. Okay, so in general all Python files are going to consider as a module. Okay, modules, that is the reason. So the name like that, run module. So run module, so just say F5, then as soon as you click on that, it will ask you to save the file. So first you have to save the file before it executes. So yes, I wanted to save it. Okay, because again if I wanted to come back and execute, I should have the file, right? So it needs to be saved. Okay, so where I'm saving, guys, C Python. Okay, C colon Python, and I have scripts folder. Yeah, let me, already I have the file name as save, right? So I'm going to give a different name. So test. Okay, um ideally something. Okay, anything, you can give anything. So always this is a best practice to keep while saving the files in double quotes. Right, now it's saved and executed. Here you can see the output here itself in the IDLE console, the interactive console mode. So this is what test idle.py, that is executed, and the output is here. Okay, so this is what my program. If I want to change something, yeah, I come back and change it. Hello, how are you? Okay, so now save it and run it again, run module. Again you can see the output here, hello, how are you? Okay, so again you just go here and keep doing it, keep changing it, and execute it. Okay, so this is ideally. Okay, so we'll go with this for maybe like maybe 3 to 4 sessions. Then I will show you PyCharm as well. Okay, how to work with PyCharm. Okay, we have different IDs, right? As I told you already in the previous sessions, we have, okay, we have different kind of IDs, right? So what IDs you know guys? So PyCharm, okay, Atom, Spider, okay, so Visual Studio Code, VS Code, okay, and Eclipse, Jupyter, okay. So we have a number of things, okay, we have a number of things, okay. So whatever you feel comfortable, you can go with that, okay. I'll go with PyCharm, okay. Most of the people prefer PyCharm, okay. So I'll go with that. I'll show you all the options of PyCharm, right? So anyhow, yeah, maybe at the end of this week I will introduce PyCharm as well. Let's focus on the next concept, okay. Next thing, any questions so far? Please ping me in the chat box. Dilip, I have already shown. Maybe the session, the recorded session will be shared to you. Go through it one more time so you'll understand. So just the command is just this is what, go to your file location and use the command py space your file name. That's it. Or Python space your file. Okay, you can use anything. Anyhow, if you have confusion, go through the recorded session again. You will understand. Okay. Right. So the next thing what I wanted to discuss about is about the identifiers guys. Okay, about the identifiers. Okay, identifiers. So the next thing is identifiers. Okay, so what does it mean by identifiers? Okay, let me open Notepad plus plus. Right. So it is simple editor, another editor where I can increase the font or decrease the font, okay, in simple way, and I have multiple other options as well. So I prefer Notepad plus plus, that is also a text editor. Okay, so here, okay, what I wanted to discuss is identifiers. Yeah, tell me guys, what does it mean, identifiers? So the name itself describes, right? It's a self-descriptive. If you observe, okay, identifiers, it is a self-descriptive name, right? Identifier. So meaning that it is used to identify something. All right. So in the chat box, I am identifying the people. Like I am identifying Dilip. I'm identifying. Okay. So Kerry Righty. I'm identifying Ravindra. How I'm identifying? So if I wanted to ask anything to Dilip, so what I'll say, I'll call by his name, right? Dilip. So you follow this. So I use the name. I use the name, right? So because everybody has own name, right? Your own name. So that name is used to identify you. Okay, Ganesh. Okay, he is Ganesh. He is Mr. Ganesh. Okay, so based on the name, we will identify, right? Based on the name, we'll identify. In the similar way, even Python interpreter, okay, even Python interpreter also should identify, right? So somehow it has to identify to whenever you have written some program, a couple of lines of program, and Python interpreter is going to pick it up line by line and execute it, right? So while executing, okay, while executing, so here in the first line I have a value of 100, okay, and after 100 lines of code, or maybe after 10 lines of code, again I wanted to access this 100. So if it is like a plain number, so it cannot reuse this 100 again and again. If I wanted to use this 100, so it cannot use it. So what it does is, right, so it goes by some identifier. So it gives some name to it. So please boss, please give some name to this. So based on that name, I will use that wherever I want. So here I can use X, because what is my X? It goes back and look it. Okay, X is already declared, and so the X is the 100 is identified by this particular X. Okay, so I can use X. If I say X, so what is the associated value to X? So it is going to pick it up and it proceeds, right? So in the similar way, like we do multiple things in Python. Okay, we do multiple things in Python. So we define variables. Okay, we define variables, we define functions, we define classes, Okay, we have different components. We have different components where we need to define identifiers. So all of this comes under the identifiers. All of these comes under identifiers. Okay, we have different identifiers. So out of it, so we are going to discuss now about the variables today. Okay, functions and classes we discuss anyhow. Okay, so variables. So variables, when I say variables, okay, what is variable? So how do you define a variable? Again, it is also a self-descriptive. It is also a self-descriptive. Variables is also a self-descriptive. Okay, so you just split this variables. Okay, so so it is capable of changing, man. Vary means what? So that can change, right? That can change. So when you have 10 lines of code again, so these 10 lines of code, so my value, whatever my value I'm having here, x value 10, so this x value may change during its program execution. Maybe after a few lines of code, maybe I'm changing my expression, saying that x equal to x plus 2 or x star 2. So this is a mathematical expression looks like, right? So in our school days we used to see these kind of expressions. What it does, it looks for what is the value of x and it replaces it, right? X value is what? 10 and plus 2. 10 plus 2 what? 12. So this 12 again assigns back to this particular x. That's what this expression does, right? My x value becomes what now? 12. So initially my x value is what? 10. So 10 is modified to what? 12, right? 10 is modified to 12, meaning what? So the value of x is changing. The value of x is changing. So that is what? Varying, in the sense it's going to vary from one point of execution to another point of execution. So the value is going to change. Okay, so that is what, so we can say this is a variable. Okay, this is a variable. So the variable is an identifier. Okay, where so it can change its value during the program execution. Okay, so you can give, okay, always you can give definitions on your own, guys. Don't go with the bookish definitions. Understand the concept and define your own definitions. Okay, so explain on your own way. Okay, so it is an identifier, correct? It is an identifier, so vary that may vary from one point of execution to one point of execution to another point of execution, another point of execution during the program execution, point of program execution. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, point of program execution, yeah, that's fine. So a simple, like on in our own words, we have defined what is variable, we understand that. So let's see that. So go back to ideally interactive shell. So you can see x equal to, I have taken 10, and after that, so I can say x equal to x plus 2, x plus 2. So x plus 2 is what? It is very simple expression, basic expression, right? And what I'm doing is, so this is x value, take the x value, whatever the x value you have here, 10, and add to that particular value. So that's what 10 plus 2, 12. Now if I see what is the value of x, I can see value of x as 12. So that's what the value is changed, right? So we'll give more stuff on this. We'll see more stuff around this. Okay, right. So now, so to understand more about the variables, right, it's moreover a container, boss. Okay, moreover, when you look at the variables, it's a container, or you can say it's a box. Okay, it is a kind of box. Okay, so assume that this is what my box. Okay, this is what my box. Okay, so this box, okay, so this box, guys, hope everybody is following. Okay, okay, so this is a box. So in this box I can keep whatever I want, right? Okay, So this is what my box. Now in this box, so I am keeping mangoes. I'm keeping mangoes. Okay, I have another box. I have another box where I can keep maybe some other things. Okay, I can keep maybe different things. Okay, here I can keep apples. Okay, when you have two boxes, separate boxes, okay, and the boxes are closed, then how do you identify if I keep these two boxes in my room and someone asked you to go and get two mangoes? Then how do you identify? You have to open up this boxes and you have to see, right? So you have to open it, otherwise so there is no way to get to know. Then what we do, so alternatively we can give some label to this box, right? So I'm going to attach a label to this on top of the box saying that this is apple box. Okay, this is apple box, and on top of it I'll keep some label saying that this is mangoes box. So I'm giving a label. So when you have two boxes, it is simple to open and verify it, but when it's like a truck of boxes, then so are you going to open each box and verify? No, that will be difficult, right? So that's where I'm giving a label to that. So by looking at the label directly, I can get that. Or you take an example of medical shop. You go to medical shop, like, so they immediately get the medicine whatever you asked, right? Because they have organized in a way that so they keep all the medicines in boxes and they will label it, right? They'll keep some sticker kind of thing, so that they will immediately understand and just they will verify and give that tablet, right? In the similar way, even in the programming as well, okay, if you wanted to manipulate, if you wanted to if you wanted to work with data, if you work with data in the sense here the number, or it can be a name of a person, or it can be a product, or it can be a policy, or it can be an employee, it can be a person, anything. So if you want, anything is a data. So to manage your data, to organize your data, to work with your data, okay, so we are going to name it. We are going to give some labels to those particular data. So that is what a variable, that's what a variable, nothing else, just a label given to a container. Okay, so variable, hope everybody understand what is variable. Okay, for the people like who are completely new to the programming, so it helps for them, guys. Whoever already have some experience in other programming, so they're comfortable anyhow. Okay, so hope you understand. So this X is a label now. Okay, X is a label. X is a label, and in that particular label, so in that particular box, I'm storing my value 10. Okay, so this is my box. Okay, so I'll keep calling it as a container going forward. Okay, box or container. So this is given a label as what, X. Now later, if I wanted to access this one, I wanted to print X. So Python interpreter goes to its container and it will get the value of it. Okay, it will get the value of it. What is the X value is? It's going to get that. Okay, the value, and it will print it. So the variables helps in that way. Okay, so that's what variable, just a label to the boxes where actually our data gets stores. Perfect. So any questions, any doubts around this? Good. Hoping that all of you guys are following and good. Okay.
Hi Venkat,
Perfect. So
this
don't
is
worry.
I just dropped
Yes.
a message in the chat box. Can you just check it?
Is it Mahesh?
Yeah.
I have seen. So you wanted to give the expressions in the same line. No. So you wanted to do this. So here x equal to 10, comma separation. You wanted to do. So so the initialization, we'll talk about the initialization, but when you wanted to work with multiple lines like this in the shell, so it's going to give errors, cannot assign to literal. So this is not possible. Okay, so just you wanted to take this into a file and keep it into separate lines. Okay, so here variables, we understand things about variables, and the next thing is we have certain rules. We have certain rules to follow when you are defining a variables, and we have certain conventions. Okay, the rule is different and the convention is different. Okay, so convention is a kind of suggestion, guys, or coding practice. Okay, or coding practice or a suggestion, but it's a good to go with that. When I say rule, yeah, it's compulsory, you have to follow that. Okay, so we have different kind of things. Okay, what are the different rules that I have? Okay, let's discuss about that. When you are taking a variable name, that's what identifier name, so x, y, something like, you can take it. However, there are rules, so you cannot go on your own way. So what are the rules? So let's talk about them. The first rule is, so it allows only the alphabet symbols. So the only allowed characters in Python are alphabet symbols. Okay, either you can use lowercase or uppercase. Okay, and one more important note here is Python is a case sensitive programming language, guys. So out of it, it's a generic point. Okay, what is the note? Python is a case sensitive programming language. Sensitive programming language, what does it mean? So the lowercase letters and uppercase letters both are different. It considered different. Say go to here and x value. What is the x value? 12. Now I am giving capital X, uppercase X. It says that bus name X is not defined. So because this is a uppercase letter and this is a lowercase letter. Okay. So this is so not possible. Okay. So here assume that you initialized X value as 12. Okay, then if you ask to get the value of X, it gives X, but when you ask capital X, yes, it gives error. Okay, that is what the point is. Okay, so that's what the note, remember that note. Okay, so today in today's session we started with what, writing a small program in Notepad, then we have moved into IDLE, an interactive shell. Okay, and we understand about the comments, single line comment and multiple line comments, and we understand about like Python is a case sensitive programming language. Then we are discussing about the variables. Okay, variables, the variables is an identifier that may vary from one point of time to another point of time during the program execution. Okay, so right, so here we have different rules to define a variable. Okay, so we can define variables using alphabet symbol. You can use alphabets. Okay, so that can be lower or upper. You can use any combination. Okay, you can use alphabet symbol, guys. So that is one rule, rule number one. And rule number two, okay, so special characters, right? We have some special characters like at the rate, hash, dollar, percentage, like that. Okay, so what are the things that you can take it? So identifiers, okay, can take hash symbol, like as like most of the programming languages, hash symbol, dollar symbol is allowed, but here it is not allowed, except underscore. Okay, except underscore, okay, no other special characters are allowed. No other special characters are allowed. Is that point understandable, guys? Anyhow, I'll show you examples. Okay, I'll show you examples for each and everything, don't worry. Let me write the points here. Okay, underscore, and the other rule is, right, so this should not start, must not start, not should, must not start with a digit. Okay, a digit must not start with a digit. So this is another rule. So if you start writing your variable name 1x, 2x, 3x is something like that, so that will be an issue. Okay, so it should not start with that. Anyhow, I have already covered that. So these are like identifiers are case sensitive, the lower case and upper case are different. All right, so however we have some reserved keywords, guys. We are not allowed to use the reserved keywords. Okay, so what does it mean, the reserved keywords? I'll explain you. so we are not allowed. Okay, so or I'll say reserved keywords are not allowed, okay. I'm simplifying the points, okay, in simple English. So reserved keywords are not allowed. So as soon as you see the name itself, it's a self-descriptive again, right? Reserved, meaning that so that word is reserved for some other purpose, okay, meaning that in Python it has its own meaning. So if you are using that, so that will be a problem, right? That leads to confusion, right? So that leads to unnecessary confusion, so it doesn't allow. No, you cannot use Rajesh. Dot also you cannot use. Okay, you cannot use dot also. You cannot use. Okay, we cannot use reserved keywords. Okay, as like as a dollar symbol. So as dollar symbol in other programming language in Python, it doesn't allow. Okay, let us examine this. Okay, use alphabets lower or uppercase. Okay, of course that's possible, right? That's possible. Okay, so
How how to check the list of reserved keywords?
yeah, I'll tell you. So we have a module. Okay, let me show you. We have a module called keywords.
Okay.
Keywords. If I'm not wrong. Import. Yeah, it's keyword, not keywords. Okay, so keyword dot keyword list we have. So this is how you can check all the reserved keywords. So false, none, true, and, as, a set, return, try, while. So all these are reserved keywords. So you are not allowed to use this. Okay, so yeah, just I'll share these notes, don't worry, so for your reference. So yeah, so any of these are not allowed. Okay, so if say for example I'm using false is equal 100, okay, as soon as I use I'll get error. Okay, or I have try something, right? So let me use try is equal to 20, so it gives error. So because all these are reserved keywords, so you are not allowed to use as a variable names. Okay, hope you understand this point. Okay, so example for this, and then we can use alphabets. We can use alphabet means like you can give abc equal to 100. Yes, of course. I can give xyz equal to 100. Yes, I can give. Okay, apple equal to 100 rupees. Okay, I can give. So all these are like valid combinations, so you can happily use that. Okay, and except underscore, no other special characters allowed, right? So go back here and underscore, right? So I can use underscore x is equal to 100. Yeah, underscore x, yes, it's allowed. X underscore y, separation, as a separation can I use? Of course, yes, I can use that. Okay, so maybe employee name, how I'm going to separate using underscore. Employee name is equal, so I'll take like this. Okay, so this is possible, guys. So underscore is allowed, underscore is allowed, underscore is allowed. And let me check other things. So dollar or something, so employee name, something like that I'm giving. Okay, I'm giving something like that. Now it's syntax error, so no other things are allowed. You use all, you try all. Okay, you try all, guys, you can give it a try. So these are not allowed. Okay, so these are not allowed. So employee name Venkat, yeah, that is fine. Okay, so this is fine, but not this. These are going to give errors. Okay, so then must not start with the digit. These are straightforward things. So here 100x is equal to 10, so this is going to be error. 1x equal to, okay, so hello, so this is going to be error. So these are not valid. Okay, so must not start with the digit, must not start with the digit. Reserved keywords are not allowed. Okay, and alphabets you can use the combination also, lowercase as well as uppercase, you can use the combinations also. So Okay, employee, n caps I'm giving, name. Okay, I'm giving something like this. Yes, you can use this. The combinations, alphanumeric combination, lower and uppercase combination also is fine. This is fine. Okay, and yeah, I can keep this here as a rule. So this is, you know, case sensitive. Python is a case sensitive. So if you define using lowercase and if you're trying to access using uppercase, that will be a problem. Okay. So here I'm using, say, total is equal to 100. Total is equal to 100. Now I'm using something like total. So it gives error. So both are different. Okay, both are different. So people use it to confuse with the single letter X. So I'm giving this is an example. Okay. So right, so number of keywords, that you don't have to worry about that, guys. How many keywords are there? Yeah, if you want you can count it. Okay. um okay guys, so yeah, so do you have any questions around this? So you can play around this, with more examples. Okay, I will share this document. I'll share this document. Okay, so you can play around this. Okay, and maybe if you can notice one small observation. So here, right, so if you observe the reserved keywords, right, false, none, true. So except this, all remaining keywords are like all in lower cases, all characters are in lower case. But if you observe these three, so F is capital letter, T is capital letter, N is capital letter. So make a note of it. So further, when you are using true false, so you have to uh, ensure that you are using the right way. Rajshekhar, yes, these are the predefined keywords. These are not the one I have defined. These are the reserved keywords from the Python. When you install Python, all of these will come. So each keyword has its own purpose. Say try. So this will be used to handle exceptions, while this will be used for iterations in loops. Okay. So false, true. This will be used to define a boolean values. Okay, so each has its own purpose. They are reserved for some purpose, so you cannot make them as a variable. You cannot use them as a variable.
So can I given try with capital like T R Y?
Capital try, capital letters, TRY. Yeah, you can give that.
Yeah.
You can give that, but better to avoid, because so it leads to unnecessary confusions, right? You can give it, no problem. This is fine because Python is case sensitive. So this try
Yes.
is different and this try is different. Okay, but it gives unnecessary confusion for the programmer. That's not recommendable way of programming. Okay,
Okay.
good. So any other questions? So tomorrow I'll talk about data types, guys. Type of the data, don't miss the session. Okay, so we'll cover some interesting things over there tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It takes 2 days maybe. So we'll talk about data types. Yeah, so any questions? Any questions from today's session? Good. Yeah, hoping that no questions. Okay, so excellent, guys. So yeah, If there are no questions, yeah, we'll wind up session for today. Let's meet tomorrow, guys. Have a good day. Take care. Okay, talk to you tomorrow. We'll share the recorded sessions and the documents. Just please check your links. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.